Hi, I'm Jo Canapelli, and I am a native of Georgia. I am a member of the Lawrenceville Writers Group. I've lived here in Atlanta for about 8 years. I grew up a little bit southwest of here, just close enough to the Alabama line that you can spit and almost be there. But I do write short stories and poems every now and then. I try to pull on things that I remember about my childhood and growing up. I really believe that families are important. And my brother and sister are here tonight, and my sister is celebrating her 50th birthday today. So, happy birthday, Betty Jean. I'm not used to a microphone. I'm Italian, and I talk with my hands, so you just have to forgive me. The title of the story is called Gone Fishing. I will make you fishers of men, fishers of men, fishers of men. The words repeat in my memory, and I reach back to their time. We would travel home for weekends, my sister and I, to meet at Mom's. We'd hurry in to hug each other, catch the joy and warmth of family, then spend the day reveling in the sheer closeness of togetherness. Later on, we'd go up to town, as Mother put it. We'd shop with neighbors at Bill's dollar store, wander down to Japanese to find the latest dress fashions, and then on to Askew's Hardware to select cooking gadgets to carry home and try out together. Sewing, cooking, shopping, women's things that group us as the nurturing sex. The evening would descend, and after eating all the favorites of childhood at the supper table, we'd end up seated on the front porch, talking back and forth with the neighbors on their porches. The peace would transcend, the kind that comes with being home, accepted with love, bound by time and a space that cocoons you with perfection. The evening would draw to a tranquil end as each neighbor would say goodnight and go into their homes. Eventually, my mother, sister, and I would go inside to prepare for bed, putting an end to the evening, but not to the feeling of contentment as we prepared Mother's sofa bed for sleep. Out came the feather pillows, the strength taken from them by too many slumber parties of our youth. Next, the embroidered pillowcases, the ones we did as children. My favorite was the sunbonnet maiden in her field of flowers. That bit of work took weeks, and I remember the times I had to pick the stitches out to redo them to my mother's scrutinizing satisfaction. I remember getting the sheets out to fit the thin foam rubber mattress, the kind that allows the springs to work their way through in the dark hours before dawn, not allowing you to finish the night's rest peacefully content in your mist of sleepy slumber. The best part is last. Which quilt to use to keep the chill of the night away and the warmth of the bed together. We pulled the quilts out of the chest and spread them out, identifying the patterns that were passed on to us from friends and relatives, recognizing the pieces of favorite dresses, reliving the moments that hold the material scraps of our lives. On the bottom is a quilt with the corners worn and the cotton batting shining through. This one is carefully lifted out as Mother walks into the room. My sister exclaims, "It's the fish quilt!" We called it that because the lining is of a material with blue fish swimming on a red background. Mother sits on the now quilt-laden sofa bed and tenderly touches the treasured quilt. She leans forward to inhale its scent and closes her eyes to lock the memory with the treasure. She touches the pattern with loving hands, hands that stitch time into these pieces. A time when a woman was left alone to love 4 small children. A time to search for a way to survive. A time to hold together as the scraps of a quilt are held with a lining. Mother tells us to use this quilt. It will keep us warm. Even though it's threadbare and worn, I ask. She says, there are memories here. They're sewn into the pattern. And everyone knows our memories keep us warm and close together. We spread the quilt onto the bed, and my sister and I quickly tuck in for the night. Later on in the night, my sister turns to me and says, when Mother dies, I'm going to get this fish quilt. Oh, no, you're not, I reply, and yell for my mother's help. Mother, you tell her I'm going to get it. Mother admonishes us both, tells us to be quiet and go to sleep. We finally quiet down, but a last retort of mine is heard. I'm going to get this quilt when she dies, and I pull it up close around my neck and fall fast asleep. For years, the fish quilt would be used to cover us and to mantle us with memories. Memories of the love that fills our lives still. Fishing for a memory brings a catch rich with sacrifice, rich with unselfishness, rich with an eternal afterglow. You see, Mother has died, and as we 2 girls were settling her estate, we came back to this same quilt. My sister lovingly handed me the quilt and the task of keeping the memory. I hold it dearly. I share its memory with you now. Remember, memories keep us warm and close together. Thank you.